Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mark 2.0. I'm Mark. How you doing? I'm gonna have to do this and just give you the info over uh, what I'm trying to look at, and then I'll post the URL. This one's coming from the Prepper Journal, and 10 reasons why you don't want to bug out, or at least 10 reasons they give you. And the beginning part, I already read in a former video that that I had put up just like a minute ago, or that I was going to put up a minute ago before it was unfortunately ruined by a family member yelling. But basically, uh, the main reasons that you don't want to bug out is due to creature comforts and shit like that. Well, if it's a shit hit the fan scenario, you want to be in a death camp or you want to be outside in the woods and shit. You're dead either way, so what difference does it make, really? Well, I've read a little bit of this, and they basically go into the major details, and I disagree with the way they're talking about this. They're talking about having a single bug out load where you have no real independent supplies anywhere else, and basically you take your Ford with your trailer, your Ford truck with your trailer, and you go into the woods or something, and you basically or something like that. Now, that idea is great and everything, it really is. But if you're going to really survive and you're going to really do this right, it's going to be as little people as possible. I'm sorry, that's going to just how it's going to be. It's going to be, hopefully, you're smart enough. You have, I'm going to say, plus 3 duffel bags of food per person. That'll last you probably a month. Uh, and you have several locations, more than 3, hopefully, with that amount already saved up. So that if one gets spotted, you can fight your way to the others. That's just the way it's going to be. Uh, I wouldn't even tell anybody about this. Like these guys that are getting these storage rooms and stuff made under their house and shit. That's not safe. These people, these contractors and stuff like that make these things, folks, they have to report that stuff to the FBI, DHS, and stuff. Those systems aren't the best. It doesn't matter what you have done, what you have made. It's never the best. The best thing is to get out there. And, you know, if you don't have several locations set up, folks, you're not going to really make it well. I mean, you can probably do well for yourself, but it's not going to be the best. The thing I would say also is no little kids. Uh, Everything else. I mean, if you are in a serious shit hit the fan scenario, somebody starts screaming, going emotional, you're fucked. You know, unless you're so far in that nobody's going to hear you. And the best thing to do when you do get several locations set up, folks, is to actually dig in the ground. That's what the government's doing, folks. They're not doing it for their own health. They're doing it for reasons, and you should too. I'm talking about you find that spot and you go down 15, 20 feet in a sloped angle, you know, and you make your approach there. And you do your stuff to fence it off and everything else, whatever you got to do. And that's where you would be. I would not be above ground. That's stupid. Mm-mm. I know I have a few duffel bags and stuff in different locations, and it would not be above ground. You would go there and go, where the hell he put the shit? It ain't there. And I just put like food and water and shit. Hell, half the time I bet if I went there right now, I wouldn't remember where the hell I put it, unless I found my maps and everything else. So, but basically, the 10 reasons, and they have this in very good graphics. Are let's see here. My internet's really slow, but Basically, one's the bugs, one's you live where your stuff is, and you think that all your stuff is bug proof. You think that all your stuff is in these nice, neat containers, and that they can be moved anywhere, and everything gets heavy in an instant. You ever pick up one of those packs you really use? Something for like, say, 2 weeks full of food. It weighs like probably your body weight. That's honestly what you need. You need your body weight in the food and drink for a week or two supply. That's exactly what you have. That's why you're not going to see no 500-pounders out in the woods surviving. I mean, you might, who knows, but chances are you're not. And, different areas, different things, folks, but this is it. And one of them is, even your kitchen floor is more comfortable than sleeping in the woods. Well, you gotta kind of make your stuff, folks. You don't just go there and that's it. You have to put this stuff together before a stuff hit the fan scenario starts. You got to get your cots if you've made arrangements. You've got to get a tent. You've got to get all this shit out there. This isn't going to be you take your F-250 out on the road with the family and you go do this. This is set up in 3 or 4 locations, so when stuff hits the fan, you can just go. One of the things is a built-in community where you know it or not, whether you know it or not. In times of crisis, you can always guarantee that communities will band together in some ways. Folks, let me explain something to you right now. Don't. Don't even believe that if there is a hit the fan scenario, that your community will band together. 2 weeks without food and water, people are at each other's throats for every reason there is. Get out. That's it. Just get out. Even if you have to walk your happy ass to your first location. Happy ass to your first location. I've mentioned my book a while ago that I wrote, Delivery Cycle Semper Promptus. I started a survival one a while ago, and it got to be about 200 pages before I could even do anything. The next one is The Cold Sucks and It Will Kill You, or Can Kill You. Well, this is why, folks, you got to go with nature, and you have to have your... Basically, what you have to have, folks, is you have to have your shelter set up. Like I would prefer underground. Honest to God, 15, 20 feet underground, you should be nearly safe from most things. If there's a bio or a nuclear attack, you're dead anyways, but there's nothing you can really do. That scratching is my cat. She wants in the door, and I'm trying to make this go quickly. You may put yourself in a worse situation. That's not true, folks. You need your medicines. You need everything. You take it with you. You have 3, 4 locations. That's good. And basically it says if nobody knows you, you're a stranger. You're not supposed to be around other people, folks. Get the hell out. That's it. Take your gear. Take your guns. Take whatever you need. I wouldn't even, to be honest, folks, I'm not even sure taking a gun would be a safe thing. They hear that bang, even a silencer has a... Everybody knows what the hell that is. You're not going to be out shooting deer with your frickin' AR-15 when you're trying to wonder whether or not they're going to come and kill you and your family in the woods because you're, not obeying some emergency management crisis. That's not what's going to happen. There, see, I knew my cat would get in here eventually. She hasn't really worked the door yet. She just sneaks in and she figures it out sooner or later. But one of the things, folks, is that your gear gets heavy. Well, your gear gets heavy because you're stupid enough if you actually have one pack, one location per family member, etc. That would be insane. That would be so stupid. You're going to die if you do that. Okay? Don't do that. 3, 4 packs like that, per location, per person. One's automatically water and medicine, etc., things they need. 3 would be food and other drink. So I call shenanigans on this because this is stupid. In a grid down, you won't get to call AAA. Yeah, you'll be walking everywhere. I would actually take a bike, but again, folks, it depends on what you're doing here. And basically, they end with saying, so what does staying home mean? Staying home is bad because if you're talking about a serious hit the fan scenario, everybody's enemy for one reason or another, and there's more problems than you have. Don't do it unless you live out in an area somewhere where you already know the people and they're miles away. Don't worry about it. But if they're not, get the hell out then.